Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This is Carissa with the Praying Warriors Tribe. And, I got a dog. I'm going to be doing something new. And this is something that the Lord has really spoken to me. And it's actually been months ago that He told me that He wanted me to start doing Bible studies. And life got busy, life was crazy. I didn't know how that looked, to be honest. And so I just never really did. And I've had several Bible studies that I've come across that I thought would be fantastic to do, but nobody was really interested in joining or being a part of it. And it just sort of was revealed to me over this past weekend. But there's a Bible study that I've come across. It's called the Steadfast Love by Lauren Chandler. This is a study on Psalms 107, which is a Psalms that I had actually never read before. And how I had come across this Bible study was actually really special. And I know that it was meant to be, because in one of my prayers as I was driving into work, I work third shift, so you will see me not looking fancy at all, which is okay. In one of my prayers, this was on September 7th, I was driving into work, and I had just heard a video message from, it was Lana Valzer, and I want to say she was doing it with Anna Werner. Now, Lana is, she lives in Australia, and Anna lives here in the United States. And I have absolutely loved listening to these messages on my drive home from work after I've been up all night, and the Lord has really spoken to me in a lot of ways. And in this message, it was talking about, it was Psalms 23, I believe, and they and I've come to love this translation of the Bible that I have discovered, and it's the Passion Translation. And in Psalms chapter 23, verse 2, they were talking about this verse, and in it it says, "He offers a resting place for me in His luxurious love. His tracks take me to an oasis of peace, the quiet brook of bliss." And in that verse, that sort of really stuck with me, because for the past, I don't know, maybe month now, this is, I think, September 29th today. In the past month or so, I have really just felt like I've come to this place of peace. And in this prayer, I was praising the Lord, and I was just talking with Him about how I was feeling, and where I felt I was at with Him. And I actually said in my prayer that I feel as though You have taken me from this dark cave into this wilderness, and that now I am transitioning into just this oasis. And in my mind, I pictured this beautiful oasis where there's just water and these palm trees and just this beautiful, peaceful, beach-like setting. And it was so, I just feel like that's where I'm at with the Lord right now. I still have my struggles. I still have my spiritual attacks. I still go through that, but I don't feel as though I'm emotionally just wigging out that much anymore. I feel like I'm just more steady in things. And I really felt like I have gone from this wilderness to this place of oasis. And so I got into work. I was scrolling through Facebook when I was done with the things that I needed to do, and I had actually come across Lifeway is doing a Bible study series with several different Bible studies where you purchase a book, they have videos, and you sort of do like this online forum of a Bible study. And I saw first thing this book. Now, in it, also within my walk, I should say, within my walk with the Lord, I am trying to find that steady place of trusting Him deeper and learning His truths over me. Because that's where I get a lot of spiritual attack, is I doubt myself. I doubt that I've heard the Lord correctly in some things. And because of that, I sort of pull back a little bit out of not knowing how to trust the Lord in something. And that's not how I want to be. Through all of my life experiences, I have seen firsthand how the Lord has always been there for me, and that I can trust Him. He is so trustworthy. He never fails. He never fails. And so I just wanted something more within His word, which to me is just infallible. Like, there is no way that you can deny that what He speaks is true. Like, it is truth, and it is the only truth that I can stand in order to have victory over a spiritual attack, the spiritual enemy who is coming at me. So learning His truth is how I battle back, basically. And so because I sort of have this doubt in myself, I'm wanting to deepen my trust in the Lord, because I can't doubt Him. I don't doubt Him. So that's what sort of led me to this study. And so I wanted to, since he has sort of called me to do Bible studies, and He basically told me, this is how you're going to do it. So this is what I'm doing. This is sort of my introduction to this study. Is I'm going to be doing daily. I'm going to be pulling straight from here. So if you want to go purchase this and follow along with me, or do as I have done and just put this on during one of your drives, and just be filled with the Lord. I will be going through all of the questions and looking up all of the verses, so you could literally just listen as you're trucking along down the road and be filled with the Word, and just know that what you are consuming is, from God. Just a little bit overview of this study from the back that I'm reading from, okay? It says, there are times when worship overflows effortlessly from a heart full of gratitude and praise. And there are times when God seems far and we feel we have nothing to offer. Throughout it all, God shows us His steadfast love. Psalms 107 is a call to worship. It reminds us that each season of life is an opportunity to reveal the anchor of our souls. In this 7-session Bible study, Lauren Chandler uses Psalms 107 to show us how to face both storms and deserts with courage and trust in Jesus, and to discover how tests in our journey of faith reveal the true conditions of our hearts. There is no fear for the one who fears the Lord, the one whose soul is anchored in His steadfast love. So in this study, you will study Psalms 107 verse by verse. And there's a lot of verses. There's enough to fill 7 weeks, 7 studies. There's 43 verses. So there's plenty to pull from here. Learn to face each season of life with courage and trust in Jesus. Witness how God delights in setting you free, changing darkness into light and bringing the dead to life. And then you will discover how tests in your journey of faith reveal the true condition of your heart. So we're going to start that, and I'm going to post daily videos. I'm really determined to do this daily. So there will be 5 to 6 videos a week, depending upon the sessions here. And so you can be looking for these to be trickling out all throughout the week, depending upon cell phone service and whatnot. It could be posted on YouTube in the middle of the day or in the middle of the night. It just depends on YouTube, really and truly, as well. But I'm going to start this. I'm going to end this video with reading Psalms 107 from the Passion Translation, which I have completely fallen in love with because I can feel God's love just oozing from these words. So, Psalms 107. Let everyone give all their praise and thanks to the Lord. Here's why. He's better than anyone could ever imagine. Yes, He's always loving and kind, and His faithful love never ends. So go ahead. Let everyone know it. Tell the world how He broke through and delivered you from the power of darkness and has gathered us together from all over the world. He has set us free to be His very own. Some of us once wandered in the wilderness like desert nomads, with no true direction or dwelling place. Starving, thirsting, staggering, we became desperate and filled with despair. Then we cried out, "Lord, help us, rescue us." And He did. He led us right into a place of safety and abundance, a suitable city to dwell in. So lift your hands and thank God for His marvelous kindness and for all His miracles of mercy for those He loves. How He satisfies the souls of thirsty ones and fills the hungry with all that is good. Some of us once sat in darkness, living in the dark shadows of death. We were prisoners to our pain, chained to our regrets. For we rebelled against God's word and rejected the wise counsel of God Most High. So He humbled us through our circumstances, watching us as we stumbled, with no one there to pick us back up. Our own pain became our punishment. Then we cried out, "Lord, help us, rescue us." And He did. His light broke through the darkness, and He led us out in freedom from death's dark shadow and snapped every one of our chains. So lift your hands and give thanks to God for His marvelous kindness and for His miracles of mercy for those He loves. For He smashed through heavy prison doors and shattered the steel bars that held us back just to set us free. Some of us were such fools, bringing on ourselves sorrow and suffering, all because of our sins. Sick and feeble, unable to stand the sight of food, we drew near to the gates of death. Then we cried out, "Lord, help us, rescue us." And He did. God spoke the words, "Be healed," and we were healed, delivered from death's door. So lift your hands and give thanks to God for His marvelous kindness and for His miracles of mercy for those He loves. Bring your praise as an offering and your thanks as a sacrifice as you sing your story of miracles with a joyful song. Some of us set sail upon the sea to faraway ports, transporting our goods from ship to shore. We were witnesses of God's power out in the ocean deep. We saw breathtaking wonders upon the high seas. When God spoke, He stirred up a storm, lifting high the waves with hurricane winds. Ships were tossed by swelling sea, rising to the sky, then dropping down to the depths, reeling like drunkards, spinning like tops, everyone at their wits' end until even sailors despaired of life, cringing in terror. Then we cried out, "Lord, help us, rescue us." And He did. God stilled the storm, calmed the waves, and He hushed the hurricane winds to only a whisper. We were so relieved, so glad as He guided us safely to harbor in a quiet haven. So lift your hands and give thanks to God for his marvelous kindness and for his miracles of mercy for those he loves. Let's exalt him on high and lift up our praises in public. Let all the people and the leaders of the nation know how great and wonderful is Yahweh our God. Whenever he chooses, he can dry up a river and turn the land into a desert, or he can take a fruitful land and make it into a saltwater swamp, all because of the wickedness of those who dwell there. But he also can turn a barren wilderness into an oasis with water. He can make spring flow into desert lands and turn them into fertile valleys so that cities spring up, and he gives it all to those who are hungry. They can plant their fields and vineyards there and reap a bumper crop and gather a fruitful of harvest. God will bless them and cause them to multiply and prosper. But others will become poor, humbled because of their oppression, tyranny, and sorrows. For God pours contempt upon their arrogant abuse of power, heaping scorn upon their princes, and makes them wander among ruins. But he raises up the poor and lowly with his favor, giving them a safe place to live where no one can touch them. God will grant them a large family and bless them. The lovers of God will rejoice when they see this. Good men are glad when the evil ones are silenced. If you are truly wise, you'll learn from what I've told you. It's time for you to consider these profound lessons of God's great love and mercy. Do you recall in my prayer where I had said, Lord, I believe that you have taken me from a wilderness and placed me in your oasis. And then when I read this chapter, before I purchased this book, I saw that verse and I knew instantly, this is what he's leading me to do my own personal Bible study. But little did I know that he had more plans for me. He has called me to invite you to come along. So if this is something that you feel like you need in your life to learn how to deepen your trust in the Lord, or even learn how to just trust in the Lord through all of our seasons of life, to learn how to trust in his love, I encourage you to either go ahead and purchase this and follow along with me, or just follow along with me. I will be reading it all out as if you had the book yourself. So again, this is Steadfast Love. It's a study on Psalms 107. It's by Lauren Chandler. And I look forward to these next 6 or 7 weeks filled with learning more about his love for me and his love for you. All right. Well, I will see you in the next video, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, and God bless. Mwah. Bye.